Hello, and welcome to another episode of the America Safe, America Strong webinar series hosted by The Blueprint. My name is Jessica Morante. I'm the Marketing Director for The Blueprint Corporation. Today's 20-minute safety solution is presented by Robert Henderson, President of GfG Instrumentation, Inc., a world leader in gas detection and measurement technology. For over 55 years, the company has specialized in developing and producing the safest, most reliable equipment and sensors available. Robert has over 38 years of experience in the design, marketing, manufacturing of gas detection instruments. Today, Robert is going to give us a detailed look at GfG's portable multi-gas detectors. These multi-gas detectors are designed to monitor the atmosphere for oxygen deficiency and enrichment, combustible gases, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen sulfide. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, Robert is going to take you through some unique solutions that can help you keep your workforce safe. Toward the end of our webinar, Robert and I will do a Q&A session with some of GfG's most frequently asked questions, so be sure to stick around until the end. We're excited to share this impactful safety solution with you today. You ready, Robert?
I sure am. Thank you.
Take it away.
Take it away. And off we go. And what a pleasure to have a chance to speak to everyone at Blueprint and all of our customers through the Blueprint company organization. Today, I'm going to focus not on the entire line of multi-sensor portable instruments, but on the two workhorse products that really comprise the bulk of everyday sales for GfG. It's a lot of fun to talk about the brand new wirelessly enabled products, which are truly awesome. Those are the G888 and the G999. But the G450 and the G460, between the two of them, we still have about 90,000 of them in current service in the United States alone, and we are still selling thousands of them every month. So they're very important, and they should not be forgotten about. So the G450 is our basic 4-gas confined space instrument, and you know, that is a huge market segment. That is where a lot of customers fit. This is what are used by fire departments, by basic wastewater treatment operations, sewer entry, electrical vault entry. They're just a popular category of instrument. So with the G450, you can have any kind of sensor you want, as long as we're talking about oxygen, combustible gas, CO, and H2S. So 1 to 4 sensors, full 3-year warranty on all sensors, interchangeable battery packs. This is a huge differentiating feature with the G450. We're one of the few instruments nowadays where you can easily switch without any trouble at all from a rechargeable battery to an alkaline battery pack. Extremely durable, IP67, cost effective, and we also specialize in kitting the products in a way that makes them especially easy to use. If you've got a 4-gas instrument, OSHA says, the NFPA says, all of the state regulatory agencies say that you're supposed to perform a bump test before each day's use. So we make that pretty darn easy. With the G450, the list price for a complete eco-bump kit that includes the monitor, the bump gas, enough gas to perform 250 bump checks, each of which takes roughly 2 seconds to complete, all for less than $1,000. It is a really cost-effective solution. The G460 is very similar to the G450. A beautiful blue housing is one way to tell them apart. Also, you'll notice that in the center you have two more sensor openings, and that's a good indication of what's going on with this product. Up to 7 channels of gas detection at the same time, and we can put in a wide variety of different sensors. The oxygen sensor in the G460, by the way, has a 5-year warranty. We expect it to last longer than that, but it's fully warranted for 5 years. We also support infrared sensors, a wide variety of toxic sensors. You can mix, you can match. They are smart plug-and-play sensors, so you're not stuck forever with one configuration. Whether it is a G450 or a 460, it is easy to use. One button on, one button off. Basic operation is really, really simple. Rugged design, rugged alligator clip. You can wear it on the D-ring. You can wear it on your belt. You can hang it on a string. It's really versatile. It's rugged. It has a simplified scheme for telling you if you're in trouble or if you're okay. Just like a traffic signal, green is good, amber is your first level of alarm, and red, you should really be thinking about getting out of there with all due haste. The interchangeable battery pack technology we work, everybody has heard a whole bunch of bad press lately about lithium-ion batteries. And you know what? It's true. Lithium-ion batteries are filled with a combustible, flammable electrolyte liquid. If you heat it up, you don't need to do any other thing in the world other than heat it to a certain temperature, and you've got a lithium battery fire on your hand. Why does it heat? Any kind of short circuiting during recharging, any kind of mechanical damaging, and you get a short circuit and it starts to heat, and then a runaway thermal reaction starts to kick in, and the next thing you know, you've got a fire on your hands, and it's not going to be an easy one to put out. I'm sure that most of you or either remember the good old days when you were flying places or are starting to fly again now as the pandemic recedes. But you're going to hear at the airport, don't check lithium-ion battery-equipped instruments in your luggage. Well, you can check all the GfG instruments in your luggage that you like, because we use nickel metal hydride batteries that don't have these dangerous characteristics. Another important differentiating feature, the display is on top of the instrument. Most of our competitors put the display on the front of the instrument. So let's say you're wearing it in your shirt pocket. How do you see the numbers? How do you see the readings? Well, if you're good at reading upside down, you can tip it upwards and try to figure it out bottom wise up. But all of those issues go away with GfG. You can look down, you can see it. You can even change the direction of the display. If it's in your hand, maybe you want the numbers facing one way. If it's on the front of your shirt, flip the screen orientation. It's all really easy. I can't stress enough how nice it is to have the battery pack option of switching from rechargeable to alkaline batteries. The rechargeable batteries last a long time, and they're especially good in very cold winter conditions where alkaline batteries just, you can love alkaline batteries, but they're not going to work when it's 20 degrees below zero. They just can't. The technology is not good for super cold temperatures. Not a problem with the nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries. Optionally, we build LED flashlights right into the battery pack. So if you want to equip the instrument with an LED flashlight function, all you have to do is to optionally use the rechargeable battery that has the LEDs, and there you go. And just a simple push of the button on the top of the instrument, that's all you need to do to turn it on. Our pump with the G450 and G460 is another unique feature. The pump is an attachable pump. But unlike the attachable pumps of our competitor friends, our pump has its own rechargeable nickel metal hydride battery. So when you attach the pump to the instrument, when you turn the instrument on, you're not sucking down the instrument battery, you're powering the pump by means of its own battery. That is a huge advantage. An even huger advantage is how you turn the pump on and off. You've got a slide switch. When you slide the switch into the on position, the pump is pulling atmosphere through the hose and probe assembly. When the slide is in the off position, even while the pump is attached to the instrument is usable. It's operating in diffusion mode, just like it operates while you don't have the pump attached. The flexibility that provides is huge. When you buy our instruments, we're not going to be nickel and diming you by telling you, well, you still need to buy the charger, well, you still need to buy the calibration adapter. It's like the spaghetti sauce, right? The old commercial, it's in there. So it comes with a charger cradle. If you have a pump to go with the instrument, we use a double cradle that lets you recharge the pump battery as well as the instrument battery if you're using rechargeable batteries in the pump and instrument at that moment. Very cool. And you can also, of course, always use a 12 VDC adapter if you want to run it and recharge it from your automobile or truck. We have all of the needed accessories to go along with the product. We have various kinds of sampling wands and extendable probes and leatherette holsters, and you name it, we've got it. So your friends at Blueprint, your friends at GfG, come up with something that you need, and it's probable that we have it. Our docking stations are great, completely automatic. You don't need a computer. You just drop the instrument in and let the dock take over. If it's time for a bump test, it'll give the instrument a bump test. If it's time for a full calibration, it'll give it a full calibration. We have the simple docking station that you use for 4-gas instruments, where really you only need to hook it up to one cylinder at a time, or we have the DS404, where we have 4 different programmable gas inlets. And when you've got an instrument that can measure 7 different kinds of gases at the same time, that's kind of handy. Each of these inlets can be programmed for use with multi-component mixtures, depending on what kind of sensors and what kind of gas that you need to use. Your 4 cylinders of gas actually exceed the 7 channels of detection that you can get into the instrument at the same time. And the beauty of the docking station is it not only automates your test and calibration procedures, but it also automates your record keeping functions. So when Mr. OSHA comes knocking and wants to know, show me that you've been doing those daily bump tests, and show me that you're maintaining the instruments according to manufacturer requirements, well, it's going to be easy. All you're going to do is use the docking station to spit out a complete documented report. It's very slick and it's very easy. As I mentioned, we have a complete selection of single gas, multi-gas, fixed gas detection systems, and we are very happy to work with all of you on any and all of these products. We take an integrated approach when we are suggesting the optimal solution for our customers. At the one end of the spectrum, we have alkaline G450 instruments, which are extraordinarily cost-effective, last for a long darn time. By the way, you don't chuck them after 2 years or after 1 year like some of our competitors' products. How stupid is that? Sorry. What we do is after 3 years, if you want to do it, terrific. If you want to send it to us, terrific. For another $350, we will put the electronics in a new housing. We will give you a fresh battery pack. We will give you fresh sensors, and you're ready to go with essentially a brand new unit for the next 3 years. We've got G450s in service, in mines, and in oil fields where you just can't find a more rigorous, difficult environment to exist if you're an instrument. These instruments are 10, 11, 12 years old, and they're still going strong. There's just no reason to chuck them out when every 3 years you can simply refurbish and get another 3 years out of them. And I tell you what, when the economy cycles and when you're in a tough interval, it's nice to save money. The G460, also extremely cost effective. The 888 and the 999 are two of the most recent products. These guys are a little bit smaller. Instead of the interchangeable battery packs, they have an internal battery pack, but again, it's a nickel metal hydride safe battery technology. And instead of a attachable pump, the 999 has an internal pump. It is a fabulous instrument. And the next time that Jessica calls and wants to do a power training session, those will be the products that we talk about, and we can discuss wireless communication. But whatever you want out of your instruments, we've got it. We really do. And we are the most helpful gas detection company, I believe, in the whole dang world. You call us up. We want to talk to you. We want to help you. We're not going to shunt you off to an automated phone system and never get back to you. Au contraire. We're going to provide the best solution that we possibly can. That's the philosophy you have with Blueprint also. So now, hopefully that was about 20 minutes, and let's move on to the questions.
And we're going to get to some of GfG's most frequently asked questions. So if you're ready, we're going to get started right now. So the first question that we've got for the day is, I've heard that PID instruments must have a pump. How is it possible for GfG to install a PID sensor in the G460, but making use of the pump optional?
Well, as it turns out, you'll notice this is a PID-equipped G460. There is no need for a pump. Absolutely not. But that's because of the design of the PID. Some of our competitors, for instance, Ray Systems, the reason that they have to have a pump is because of the patents and the design of the PID. So what they do is they must suck the sample through the PID chamber. That has a lot of downsides to it. It brings in dust. It means that you're going to need to clean the lamp a little bit more frequently, and you're much more vulnerable with regards to humidity issues. In the case of the PID we use in the G460, the PID is a diffusion PID. When we add a pump, the job of the pump is to bring the sample to the face of the sensor, and then the atmosphere diffuses into the sensor and we get the reading. Our PID is equally fast. It is a lot more resistant to humidity interference. It's just a better PID. That's, frankly, it's a more recent design. It's a 3-electrode PID design. Anybody that knows me knows I love sensing technology. This one I could talk for 2 or 3 hours, but I won't, Jessica, no.
Perfect. Thank you, Robert.
The main thing, trust me, there is no need, as long as your design doesn't require it, for a PID to have a must-use pump.
Perfect. All right. Next question is, how long do the G450 and G460 instruments last in service?
Well, again, we have we have ancient G450s. Our first and some still today of our largest customers are in Western Canada, in the Canadian oil patch, in the oil sands in northern Alberta. I mean, a normal day's business in January for us involves minus 42-degree temperatures. It's filthy. The guys treat the instruments like hammers. They're just brutal. But we take a licking and keep on ticking. If you want to have the instrument last another 3 years, all you do is bring it to your local distributor service center or send it in to GfG, where we do the same thing. We install the electronics. The electronics don't wear out. In fact, our electronics have a lifetime warranty. So if they do malfunction, and it's not because of abuse, like you ran it over with your front end loader, no, my friends, that is not warranty. But if it's on us, it's warranted for the lifetime of the electronics of the instrument. So if you have it in service, it's still under warranty. So we take the electronics, we put it in a new housing, we replace the alligator clip, we replace the filters over the sensors, we replace the sensors and the battery pack. Bingo, bango, you've got a brand new instrument. So why do you want to throw it away? So until the technology just, in the customer's opinion, they want new features, maybe they want wireless, then instead of refurbishing the G450, finally, it'll be time to move to a G888 or a G999, but that's what drives it. Our instruments are designed to last.
That's awesome. Great. That's great information to know. Next question that we've got is, can I change my mind about the kind of sensors installed on the instrument?
You betcha you can. Now, in the case of a four-gas instrument, honestly, you're not going to change your mind because the basic four gases are the basic four gases. Maybe you might decide, well, I'm never going to see a carbon monoxide issue ever, so all I need is a three-gas instrument. Terrific. You can always remove a sensor, but the G450 really is focused on the basic and most important of the confined space gas hazards. Now, the G460 sensors, I think one of my slides showed you a pile of sensors. The number of different sensors that we have with the G460, as well as the newer 888 and 999 products, there's an indecent number of sensor combinations that you can come up with. And that would normally be ridiculously hard to deal with, except these are smart sensors. So if you want to change the kind of sensor installed, all you do is reach for the new sensor. You'll notice it's a smart sensor. So it has a little PC board, all of the programming and the stuff in the sensor that needs to be communicated with the instrument. All you do is plug it in. The instrument figures it out. Then you put it in the docking station, or you manually calibrate, and you're golden. And you have completely changed the configuration. So very easy to change your mind. And oh, by the way, we've got a lot of good advice on how to configure your instruments. Probably 3 times a week, somebody asks, well, we've got this hexamethyl horrible bad stuff, and what do I need to measure it? Can I measure it? Generally, we're going to say, yeah, you can, and this is the combination of sensors that you want to stick with. And we're not limited to a multi-sensor instrument. A lot of the time, for some of the individual gases that come up, which are a big problem for somebody, once in a while, well, we'll put it in a single gas instrument. So we have the flexibility of choice. We're just not a one product company. We just have a wide range of solutions, and we're good folks to consult with regards to how to go.
That is fantastic. Great answer to that question. So the next question, I know you touched on this a little bit, but we're going to get back into it. Everybody else uses lithium-ion batteries. Why does GfG use a different kind of rechargeable battery?
Because we're crazy for safety. How many electric automobiles do you have to watch burn on the highway or explode in the garage? I won't mention any brands by name, but just this week, there's an advisory for a very prominent brand of electric vehicle, one of the big ones, and customers are instructed, for God's sakes, don't charge it in your garage. Don't leave it alone if you're charging it. Charge it in a well-ventilated area. And there has been yet another FAA campaign to have Boeing have another look at the Dreamliner and make sure that the controls they've implemented for their lithium-ion batteries are safe. And I mean, as you start traveling, I'm flying all over the place again, and I hear the lecture from the stewardess, the flight attendant, sorry, every time about, oh my God, don't, if you drop your cell phone, tell the captain, we will come and fetch it. Whatever you do, don't move the seat. And actually, it's valid. Just this year for lithium-ion batteries, FedEx has changed the ability of distributors to even ship lithium-ion battery equipped instruments from their location to the next location. Now you've got full hazmat paperwork that needs to be done, and so you better have that certification or you better not ship it. And it's a big deal. So we have always taken the approach that safety is best. We're also the way our company is organized, we build the instruments in Ann Arbor using good Michigander laborers. So go America. But we also have an engineering group that helps with the design of the products in Germany. Our worldwide headquarters is actually in Germany. So GfG Inc. is a Michigan company, and we pay full taxes. But we have the benefit of German engineering. And the German engineers are very conservative. They're the world's best engineers. Maybe they're a little slow. That's my usual complaint. But when they produce it, it's worth buying. And we've always taken this conservative approach. And right now, it's turning out to have been a pretty good idea. Every day we have a little more validation that our approach is better than the lithium-ion battery approach. By the way, I obviously have jumped up on the soapbox here, but oh, by the way, those of you in the audience who sell other brands of instruments, both Honeywell BW and MSA, have had massive issues with delivery where they had to take some of their most important products, the microclip or the Altair 4X. It was, I think, before the 4XR over at MSA, but for months and months they could not ship because they were having to redesign around problems that were directly related to the lithium-ion batteries. So That's not been our concern.
Wow. Yeah, that you make some great points there regarding the batteries. So we've got time just for one more question. So our last question of the day is, how long before the O2 sensor needs to be replaced?
It depends on which product. For the G450, we use what is called a fuel cell type oxygen sensor. So it includes a lead anode that slowly over the life of the sensor is consumed by exposure to oxygen. So that sensor is warranted for 3 years, and at the end of 3 years, it needs to be replaced. With the G460, I'm so pleased we are able to use a lead-free oxygen sensor that does not wear out. The lead-free oxygen sensors, sometimes they're called an oxygen pump type sensor. The oxygen diffuses into the sensor, and then the instrument provides the power that it takes to pump it back out and turn it back into oxygen. So oxygen in, oxygen out, nothing wears out, nothing is consumed. So with this kind of sensor, it's warranted for 5 years, but it's hopefully going to last quite a bit longer than that. There's no reason for it to wear out. So we've only been using these for the last 3 years, so none of them have worn out yet. So I'll have to let you know how long they last. But if they don't last 5 years, it's on us. And if they do, we've made our customers happy. And GfG is all about making our customers happy.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Robert, thank you so much for your time today. This was a fantastic presentation. I think we all really learned a lot. As you guys can see, GfG Instrumentation strives to provide a safe working environment. If you guys have any questions or would like to learn more about the products we discussed today, please contact your local Blueprint representative to schedule your virtual or in-person discussion today. Also, if you haven't done so, head on over to the Blueprint website to subscribe to these complimentary webinars, allowing you access to our growing vault of safety solutions. Stay tuned for the next episode of the America Safe, America Strong webinar series. I'd like to thank you all for your time and attention today. Stay safe, stay strong, and go America. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.